guys, what's up? It's Nick with the Hungry Handgunner. So today I've got something pretty cool. This is another gun that I've already done a written review on. It's on the website hungryhandgunner.com. Link's going to be in the description for the written review. The gun I have for you today is one of my all-time favorite handguns that I've ever shot or owned. It is the CZ P09 Urban Gray. Guys, this is just a phenomenal handgun. It is definitely a full-size gun. It's clear. I'll go ahead and drop the slide. Double action, single action handgun. It is a massive gun, but it is truly one of the best shooting handguns that I've ever had. Mag capacity is absolutely awesome. The standard P09 ships with a 19 round magazine. This is a 19 round magazine. Also has a +2 base plate. Not sure if you can see that. Cover up my face. There we go. So you actually have 21 rounds of 9mm, 22 if you have one in the chamber. So some quick features about the gun. It is truly a suppressor ready handgun. The sights are high rise or suppressor height night sights. They have tritium dots both in the rear and in the front, and they are high. They're definitely designed so that you can see them over a suppressor. Most suppressors. I do not have one yet. I'm waiting on one. It's a double action, single action gun. Your first shot, double action, and then subsequent shots would be single action. The trigger is pretty amazing, guys. This ships with CZ's Omega trigger. So it comes from the factory with an ambidextrous decocker, but the parts are included in the box with the gun to go ahead and switch this over to a safety, so you could carry it cocked and locked if that's your thing. I prefer the double action, single action. Check out just how low this slide is on the rest of the frame. That bore axis, guys, is pretty dang low, which translates into the slide being narrower, the height of it being narrower, because it actually rides down in the frame of the gun. No CZ does that with a lot of their guns. I'm not sure who else does, but I'll go ahead and not pointing this at you because you're not actually here, but check that out, guys. And look at the tip of that thread protector. The gun is just amazing. You've got some additional back straps come in the box, as well as 2 of the 21 round magazines. It's an awesome gun. Typically I have my Streamlight TLR1 on here. This is actually my home defense gun. I got little kids trying to move them around, stuff like that. I go for a handgun instead of a rifle. But I typically have a light on here. I don't have a holster that will accommodate the light, so I've got my Black Rhino concealment, custom Kydex. I'll show you guys that when we get down close. But it's not molded for the light. So without further ado, let's shoot it. Alright guys, we got about 15 yards. I don't have all the fancy steel targets and stuff yet. A lot of other channels have. I'm shooting on a paper target. I'll show you guys the results afterwards. I already did fire a couple mags earlier, so just full disclosure. So go ahead and do it. I'm shooting the Tula steel grain steel case 124 grain ammo. Everybody always asks me that, so I'm cheap. It works, and it kind of tests the gun's reliability. But this gun has had no issues with it. So without further ado, let's give it a go. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple down double action, so I'll fire and then you'll hear me drop the hammer and do it again. Double action is not bad, guys. gun is clear. Guys, this gun, man, I love shooting it every time I get it out. CZ really makes a quality firearm. I've handled a lot of them over the years. The ones I like are a little bit outside of my budget right now. These guys are actually really affordable. This obviously is a very large handgun. This is not really something I would recommend for carry or anything like that. It's a duty size gun, so I mean, if if you got to carry a gun for work, maybe this is what you need. That does have a slightly smaller version of this called the P07. A little bit more reasonable as far as carry sizes go. It's a great gun. We'll go ahead and dive down close. I'll let you guys get a closer look at it. Alright, so here she is, guys. CZ P09 9x19 and the Urban Gray edition. So let's see if we can see the sights there. They show up pretty good in the daytime, and the tritium is some of the brightest that I have ever seen, especially from a factory, guys. It's pretty bright. I actually one night was reading just by the light off of this rear sight. Didn't do it for long. I just wanted to see if I could. Guys, the gun is well, I mean, I think the fact that I made it my home defense gun kind of speaks for itself. Like I said, I do opt for a handgun instead of a rifle. Easier to open doors, and like I said, you know, if you have little kids and you need to move them in the event of a home defense situation, handgun typically works pretty good for that. So that's a discussion for another day. But so I did make this my home defense gun. Like I said, it normally has a TLR1 up on the front, which actually sits flush, if that's a point of reference for you guys to let you know just how big this gun is. I will say one potential con, you can find holsters and accessories all day long for the P09 regular version, but this Urban Gray with the suppressor height sights and the threaded barrel, it can be kind of a difficult thing trying to find a holster for it. So hold on real quick. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys at all. Actually, they don't even know that I'm showing this in the video, but Black Rhino Concealment. They have an option on their website when you get a holster for a given gun to add some options. So I specified that it had suppressor height sights and a threaded barrel. So when I got this holster in the mail, lo and behold, it was molded for the suppressor height sights and the threaded barrel, and it fits like a glove. Love this holster. Now, like I said, this isn't a carry gun, so I don't really carry it, but I do like having a holster for every gun I own. So I do want to say, let's see if you can see, the whole holster is kind of curved, which works great for strong side carry. They have a few different options for the clips that you can get sent with the gun. You could get the IWB clips or like these belt clips. This works good as just as a general purpose holster for going to the range or whatever. I've had no issues with it, although admittedly I have not worn it that much. I did get a pretty cool little logo on there. It says when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. So I won't get into politics too much, but I really like that design when I was looking through their website, so I got that. Back to the gun. These magazines are actually pretty cool. Comes with two. This is all steel through here. Got some reference spots on the side, 5, 10, 15, and 19. So it is a 19 round magazine, but you get this little +2. Let's see if I can get it to show. Well, it says +2 in kind of dark letters right there. So 21 rounds in the mag is not bad. It also does come with regular base plates if you wanted to use those and have a more flush fitting magazine. It does stick out a little bit there. Again, if you're not carrying the gun, I don't know how much of a deal breaker that may or may not be for you. The grip on the gun is pretty good. It's got like this this texture here. It holds pretty good with dry hands. I did shoot it some over the summer, and When the sweat started coming out, the gun did slip a little bit. The texturing back here is very good, and the texturing in the front of the gun is very good. It also has these little pads on both sides, which I really like. It's just a good reference point to index your finger. And then the controls, guys, these are massive. The slide lock and release, you can get to it. Decocker, is ambidextrous, so that's a nice touch. And you can swap the mag release over to the other side if you wanted to. The Omega trigger is pretty great. Double action. It's definitely a double action trigger, guys. I mean, it's heavy. That's what they're there for. The single action trigger is not too shabby. A little bit of take up, and then you hit a wall, and then it breaks. Not much over travel. And the reset on it, tactile and definitely audible. And then a little bit more take up. So once it breaks, you got just a little bit of take up to go back, and there you go. So great gun, love it. The sights are good. I really love everything about it, guys. I think the MSRP on them is $629. I actually picked this one up, I think, for $20 more than the MSRP, which is pretty rare. Normally you can find them lower than the MSRP. But since, I found them on Gunbroker and stuff, you can get them for in the high fives, low sixes. A very affordable gun, in my opinion, for what you get. And I think we're going to shoot it just a little bit more and go back to tabletop. Alright guys, I'm going to shoot a couple more mags through it, and then I will, I've kind of already done it, but I'm going to give you the rest of my thoughts on the gun. So right now we are at about 18 yards. I didn't back up a whole lot, but here we go. Fun. It's fun. So, like I said, I had shot just a little bit before we came out. I think all total I put six magazines through it, and there's the results, guys. Some of it I was shooting a little faster, but if you can rip the center of a target out, I'm okay with that. It is a great gun to shoot, a lot of fun to shoot. Alright guys, I really don't know what else I can say. Love the CZ P09 Urban Gray. I haven't even put a suppressor on it yet. Just as if you bought this gun and did nothing else but shoot it at the range for fun, I think you'd really enjoy it. It's a phenomenal gun to shoot. It's accurate, holds a lot of rounds, very ergonomic. It's not going to beat your hand up. It's chambered in that wimpy 9mm cartridge. 45 guys, don't laugh. We really do make fun of y'all. I love the gun. And would I go out tomorrow and get another one? Yes. Yes, I would. Actually, I'm thinking about picking up the P07. So, I don't know if I'd go with the Urban Gray or not. I might. I don't know. Guys, I can't give this one enough of an endorsement. I've got several firearms, and the fact that I choose this to protect mine and my family's lives inside the home, that's really the best endorsement I can give it. So stay safe, keep shooting, take care.